hello there, my favorite students. Welcome to Ceramics class, Coronavirus edition. Today we're going to do a really fun project. I'm going to show you how to stick together two pinch pots so they make a ball. So, here we go. You have all been given a bag of clay. You're only going to need a little bit of this for the first part. Get a little bit of my clay. I'm going to rip off a small piece of it. This is going to be for a pinch pot. You guys all know how to do pinch pots already. You're probably pros at it. But I'm just going to take a pinch pot like this, a piece of clay like this, and I'm going to make a pinch pot. Remember in Ceramics 1 when we did pinch pots? You always start by pinching the bottom first. I thin out the bottom of this pot before I move up to the sides. Now this pinch pot doesn't need to be super ultra thin. Like I liked the ones in the beginning class to be really thin because we were just using them as pinch pots as the finished piece. But we're going to actually put two together into a ball. So this is going to be definitely a little more sculptural. When one hand gets tired, I switch to the other hand. Okay, so I have that. I might go a little bit more later. And I'll take my second piece of clay. Try to get about the same size ball of clay. This one looks like it's going to be a little bit smaller, but I'm just going to go with it. So there's my two halves. Let's go on to the other one. You can see that the one is just a little smaller. I'm going to see if I can make it just a little bit bigger. Just so it matches. It'll be easier to attach if it matches the same size. Okay, this is how you attach two pinch pots together. If you have real rough edges, you could trim the top off so it's flat. I did not include in your tool bag a needle tool. So you can find something sharp, like a knife works. Actually, scissors work pretty good to cut nice smooth edges. Or you can even get a toothpick. I'm going to use a toothpick to score my edges. Okay. So I'm not going to bother trimming mine. I think it'll work okay. It's soft enough that I'm just going to score around here. I'm going to teach you a way to kind of cheat with the scoring too. So the scoring and slipping. It's really important that you score the surface a lot. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm scoring it a lot. And then here's how I kind of cheat. I have the surface scored, but I don't have any slip to put on it. So here's what I'm going to do. I have a little sponge, and I have a bowl of water. I'm going to get the lip wet with that water, and that soaks into the scoring marks. But if I take my needle or my toothpick and I score it again, it's going to mix that water in with the clay body. And what that does, it creates slip by mixing the water in with the clay. It waters down the clay just like putting slip on it. It's kind of one way to get around having to put slip on things, is if you get it wet, score it again, and mix that water in with the rest of the clay. And it kind of makes a really mushy slurry on the top. I'm going to do the same thing on this edge. Scoring is very tedious, but it's important that you don't skip it. You gotta get a nice, good scored surface for your stuff to stick. I'm gonna get that just a little bit wet on the surface and do the same thing. I'm gonna mix that water in with the clay body. And then I'm gonna stick the two sides together. Decide which side is going to fit best. I'm just squishing them right together. You should see that watered down slip coming right out of the joint. See that? When I squish, it just kind of comes right out the joint there. Okay. I like to scratch the surface of the joint. I'll take a little piece of clay. I'm going to make a real thin coil. I'm going to attach a coil right around the joint there, and then I'm going to smear it in. And I'm going to smear it in. I'll do that all the way around it. Eh? How about that? Okay, now, you remember what the assignment was, right? The assignment is you're going to take this ball form, you're going to look at pictures of the coronavirus, and you're going to create a piece of art that expresses how you feel about this whole coronavirus debacle, how people are reacting to it, how it, I don't know, some kind of social message, like how is it isolating yourself? How is it social distancing yourself? That's kind of the catchphrase now with this thing, isn't it? How is school with the coronavirus? Are you able to learn anything? Or is it valuable to be here with your teachers at the school? I don't know, there's a lot of different directions you could go with this. This is a very historic thing that's never happened as far as I'm aware of, where we just cancel school for so long. So I think it would be awesome if we made some pieces of art that we put on display, so afterwards people can look at that and say, oh, so this is what students were doing when they weren't going to school. This is how they felt. Okay, you can pat that into a ball. One thing I like to use is a paddle. You obviously don't have a paddle at home, and I mean, you could take a flat piece of wood or something like that and make it into a paddle. But this is going to be my basic form for my little coronavirus. So you can also roll it on a table. That works pretty good. Anyway, that's how you attach two pieces or two coil pots together. Real quick, I'm going to just attach some little spindles. I wonder what they're called. I don't even know what the little things are called on the end of the coronavirus. The little arms that reach out of it. Maybe they're called arms. Maybe they're called follicles. Maybe they're called annoying little buggers. I think to score and attach each one of these, I'm gonna score the surface, score that, and attach them on. And I think that'll stay on if I just do that. See, there's my first little coronavirus follicle. You biology people have to tell me what it's really called. Okay, I'm going to attach a whole bunch of these all over. It's going to take some time. Take your time on these guys. You have, well, geez, you could have like an hour and a half class period turn into like 5 hours if you want, 5 or 6 hours. I'm going to keep going on this. I think I'm going to take it home and work on it. And I'll give you an update on what I come up with. I do want to show you some sketches I did. I think it's a really good idea to do sketches before you start the project. So I'm going to go grab my sketchbook and show you what I came up with. I'll be right back. Alright, so I started brainstorming ideas. I thought about doing one up here that is like, I do a whole bunch of little coronaviruses that are crammed into a box shape. I think that would be kind of cool. It would give the feeling like that box space is being overtaken by this virus. Then I thought maybe I could do one that looks like maybe some dumbbells, coronavirus dumbbells, because they're really, it's weighing me down. It makes me so I can't do anything. It's just heavy. And then I think the one I'm going to decide on is this one down here, which is, I just did a sketch. I'm not sure how I'm going to sculpt the person exactly, but I feel like the coronavirus is holding me back. It's like a ball and chain, and I'm going to do something like that. I think I'm going to put an actual metal chain on it and some metal, and then I'll do a sculpture of a person. Anyway, I'll keep you posted on how that goes. And anyway, I hope you guys, I look forward to all of your ideas. I'm sure you're going to have some crazy cool ideas. Make sure you take pictures. Send me your sketches, and I can give you comments. I can talk to you about what's going to work best with ceramics, and I look forward to seeing your ideas. I miss you guys. Hope we come back soon.